Being incredibly fast is no guarantee of soccer success, but it sure does help. There aren't many sports where you run as much as in the beautiful game. Having the ability to accelerate when you have the ball is obviously very useful. Outrunning your defender is one of the best ways to get into space, but speed is meaningless if you can't control the ball. But arguably more important is the ability to run without the ball. On offense, players run to open up lanes for a pass. On defense, a player needs to predict the next moves of the other team and be at the right place at the right time. A good player must keep that high speed going for 90 minutes. Therefore, endurance can be more important than raw speed. Nonetheless, endurance and technique can be taught. You are born with raw speed, so coaches adore a fast player with potential. We picked the top speedsters out there with the importance of speed in mind. Note that the list includes only players with the technique and endurance to translate speed into top-level performance. Rafinha. Barcelona recently purchased the Brazilian winger for a reported fee of $60 million. That seems like a bargain for the speedy player who can top 21 miles per hour on a sprint. But the speed tells part of the story. His ability to effortlessly and subtly flick the ball in any direction must be seen to be believed. Rafinha's trickery is so outstanding that defenders are not uncommon to fall to the ground trying to keep up. Despite some injury trouble, Rafinha was often breathtaking at Leeds United, where he scored 17 goals in 65 games and became a fan favorite. As a testament to his quality, the winger has featured regularly for the Brazilian national team since 2021. Rafinha is expected to start in the upcoming World Cup. At 5'7", the slight player is a reminder of why size isn't everything, especially in soccer. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You have to admit that running 22 miles per hour is pretty impressive, but it's fantastic when you're 33 years old. It is a strong thing to say about someone as accomplished as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but he remains curiously underrated. The forward has equally terrific speed on and off the ball. He uses that to shake open defenses. And one of the most impressive parts of his game is that deft first touch. With that set of skills, it is not surprising that Aubameyang is the all-time leading scorer for his home country of Gabon. He has over 200 top-level goals in the Premier League, Bundesliga, and Ligue 1. Unfortunately, his time at Arsenal was marred by injury and personal conflicts. Still, when on the field, Aubameyang excelled. Since he is not slowed down, Barcelona has taken the plunge and brought the Gabonese forward to Camp Nou. They were taking a risk when you consider his recent injury problems, but Pierre-Emerick repaid them with 13 goals in 19 games last season. There is reason to believe his speed and the first touch will play a part in an expected Barcelona resurgence in 2022-2023. Adama Traoré. The Spanish winger is built like a tank, but watch him sprint and it'll take your breath away. Traoré can hit 22.74 miles per hour while pushing his markers out of the way with his broad shoulders. His trademark move is busting through from the wing into the center of the pitch. His speed opens up tremendous possibility for the offense. As a result, he is one of the most prolific chance creators in the Premier League. If you watch a Wolves game, you will hear his name mentioned endlessly. Traoré is always in the thick of the action. Unfortunately, his positioning and teamwork could use some improvement. Seen as more of a solo operator than part of a team setup, the most prominent clubs have thus far stayed away from Traoré. Therefore, he has continued to ply his trade for the relatively lowly Wolverhampton Wanderers. Kyle Walker. Kyle is no spring chicken, but he can outrun any number of kids on the pitch. The Manchester City wingback has been known to gallop at almost 22 miles per hour. But the veteran does not sacrifice quality for speed. Mastermind coach Pep Guardiola makes sure of that. Kyle seems to be everywhere, but when he gets there, he is always ready to tackle or make that key pass. Therefore, Walker has been an integral part of the City juggernaut, winning 4 Premier League titles and an FA Cup. Over the next few years, we should see the right back slow down somewhat. However, Walker has developed so much technique and experience over the last few years that his career will continue well after his accelerative power is lessened. Kylian Mbappe. Kylian is one of the fastest players in the world. But more importantly, he is probably the best player as well. He routinely dribbles past several defenders. Of course, they all know what he will do before he does it, change directions quickly and break into a relentless sprint. but there's literally nothing his markers can do about it. While the more celebrated Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have yet to win a World Cup trophy, Mbappe lifted the Jules Rimet trophy at age 18. And he was no bit player. The forward scored in the 4-2 win over Croatia. After the tournament, PSG made his loan from Monaco permanent after paying close to $200 million for the player. He repaid them with peerless form. All in all, Mbappe has scored over 200 professional goals by age 23. It just goes to show how devastating speed can be when matched with top-notch technique. Erling Haaland. Mbappe is the most dangerous forward in the world, but Haaland may soon surpass him. Like his French rival, the Manchester City forward matches flawless technique with overwhelming speed. At his fastest, the Norwegian can hit 22.39 miles per hour, slower than Mbappe's 23.6, but still amongst the very quickest. But speed is less fundamental to Erling's game. While Mbappe cuts and shimmies into open space by dribbling, Haaland positions himself in the box and uses his elite finishing skills and formidable physical presence to find the net. But his pace is key. He can whiz past defenders both with and without the ball. This combination of skills is overwhelming. As a result, Haaland's scoring stats are phenomenal. 17 goals in 16 games for Red Bull Salzburg, 62 goals in 67 for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga, and 20 in 21 caps for Norway. His speed is undoubtedly one of the main attractions that got Pep Guardiola interested in the services of the Norwegian. As a result, City bought out his $60 million release clause, and they are unlikely to regret it. Alphonso Davies. The Canadian wunderkind chews up the grass on the left side of the pitch and is equally adept as a winger or wingback. He can reach 22.69 miles per hour at his best, which makes him the fastest top-level player in the world. No wonder his teammates at Bayern Munich call Davies Roadrunner. He is also solid and stands 6 feet tall, granting him the ideal build for a defensive player. I've seen him intercept so many passes no other defender could reach. And of course, with his speed and vision, Alphonso can turn a defensive position into a lethal breakaway attack in a nanosecond. Davies has the potential to be one of the best players in the game. However, he currently has issues with positioning and playing off the ball. Luckily, the Canadian has the speed to rectify most mistakes quickly. Alphonso helped his home country to the 2022 World Cup, where his incredible speed will stun a massive global audience. We hope that he can harness his pace to a tactical awareness that will render him the best defensive player on earth. Usain Bolt. Without the fastest man in history, Jamaican sprinter Usain Bolt, no discussion of fast soccer players would be complete. This human lightning bolt holds the 100-meter world record with an earth-shattering 9.58 seconds. His achievements are spectacular. Bolt has 8 Olympic gold medals, 11 World Championship gold medals, and was IAAF World Athlete of the Year. Indeed, no one is faster, and his records are expected to stand for a long time. The sprinter decided to apply his ungodly speed to soccer in 2018. He had also dabbled in cricket and considered a career in the NFL, but it seems Bolt is quickly distracted. Bolt made his soccer debut in August 2018 with the Central Coast Mariners of the A-League, Australia's highest level of competition. But by November he was off the team. That was partly because he wasn't particularly good at the game. It was also the result of his greed, as Bolt reportedly demanded $2 million despite his notable mediocrity. After his soccer failure, Bolt sadly concluded that his sports life is over. The world-class athlete admitted that top-class soccer was a little bit harder than he expected. If the fastest guy in the world couldn't make it, it's a reminder that it takes more than speed to make it in the beautiful game. And that is an important reminder. Speed is an integral part to the modern game. However, it is meaningless without technique, positioning, and a strong football mind. Of course, speed helps when the ball is at your feet, but you need to get to the right place on the pitch and figure out what to do with the ball when you get it.